Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do kind of a weird version of a tarot reading with a little bit of I don't know, prologue, where I want to analyze Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how it applies to the twin flame fallacy. I do think there are absolutely merits to what we know or talk about as the twin flame journey, but I think there's a lot of elements that may be misunderstood or kind of used to control people, as many wise excerpts tend to be. So I'm going to call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time and mention that I hope you are all having a wonderful day. At the end or after a little bit of discussion, feel free to ask questions, by the way, if you're on with the live stream. Then I would like to pull a couple of cards for each astrological sign with the kind of question in mind: what advice do I have for that particular sign in terms of getting through maybe a difficult twin flame experience of your own? So forgive me, I have little notes over here, so I'm going to move them so they're a little bit easier to see. If you've never seen Maslow's hierarchy, it looks a lot like this pyramid here. Thanks to Jordan for gifting me this, actually. So we've got a couple of different interpretations on this pyramid, but all of them have the same general idea that at the bottom, your concern is having, the middle is doing, and at the top, the more fundamental concept is being or self-actualization. So there are a couple of varieties out there in terms of how they actually divvy up the pyramid, but I think we can actually kind of flip that on its head and apply it to the twin flame journey in terms of potential pitfalls or issues you may have if you get too hung up on the concept that there is one person that you're kind of stuck with, if you want to say that. So because there is, a lot of focus at the bottom of the pyramid on physiological needs, I would basically align relationships that want to be fed or protected at that bottom part of the pyramid, right? So those more low vibrational relationships tend to be something where you're getting something from that person and it's not necessarily helping you in terms of your own self-worth, right? Good morning, Real McCoy. Welcome. So I have basically just kind of flipped Maslow's hierarchy of needs. With the original, we have physiological needs, safety, love and belonging, aesthetic or achievement, and then self actualization. Some add transcendence at the very top. And I have basically reversed that. So feed me, protect me, validate me, or heal me, admire me. And then you get to the self actualization part on the twin flame journey where I accept me or I am free. So, one of the questions I was going to pose to you all this morning was, what do you think the best feeling in the world is? Probably a different answer for everyone, but I think they all would boil down to I am free. I think a lot of people would be tempted to say the best feeling in the world is being loved. And I think that's definitely right up there. But underneath that same category would be self love, right? Do you love and accept who you are for who you actually are? Or are you merely a reflection of what other people think of you or what you think they think of you? So I think part of what we need to consider when we, watch tarot readings or think about the twin flame journey is this about somebody else's journey or is it about my journey? And when you reframe that and ask yourself whether or not you're doing right by yourself, I think you can start to look at the twin flame journey as a little bit of a buzzword. Thank you, Mountain Girl, for the call out on that one a couple of days ago, because it's really about trying to live in a dream in a way and believe that something that is not concrete will actually become concrete. And it can distract you from doing the things that you need to find that freedom and acceptance by choosing yourself. So I think there are some merits to the twin flame journey as we know it, or, that runner chaser dynamic, the concept that they are making you your best version of yourself. But at the end, I think there's a requirement on that journey for you to decide that you want to do what's right for you or what's best for you because of your love for yourself, and that you are willing to even sacrifice the love that you spent years or months wanting to claim as not a requirement for your own happiness. And that is therefore freedom, right? So we talk about free will a lot, but I think that's something that we need to probably marry a little bit more so with the twin flame journey. In other words, are you doing something because you think it puts you in a position to be with somebody, or are you doing something because it puts you in a position to be better to yourself? So I guess with that, I would just leave you with always do what is most respectful of what you need and what you want in your life if you want to live an authentic life. Pair that up with always wanting to have good intent towards those around you, and that's how you find happiness. It's not wrapped up in a relationship with one specific person who doesn't return your phone calls. So I hope that helps you all find a little bit more freedom. Now I'm going to dive into pulling a couple of cards for each of the signs. You'll notice that in the description box, I added what lineup I use in terms of the 12 signs. So that should help you find, if you're watching on the live stream, your part a little bit more easily. We're going to start off with the air signs, and that would be Aquarius first. We're going to use the Metamuse for you, Aquarius. Ooh, sorry. So this, again, I was hoping to frame up as what advice does, the universe have for each specific sign as it pertains to love. Oh, Aquarius, you have the Ace of Cups as the first card out, and I love that so much. So basically what I see here is you are already, or you are being asked to focus more on your self-love and what you love about yourself in the midst of a heartbreak. So Aquarius, if you are still recovering from something, a betrayal, it doesn't have to be in love. You are being asked to basically spend some time appreciating what you love about yourself and diving back into activities, hobbies, or friendships that remind you why you love yourself. So again, make it more about you and less about why someone did something, because oftentimes how people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves, right? And then Aquarius, we've got the Prince of Cups coming out and the Ace of Pentacles. This could not be more perfect, Aquarius. I love this. Once you offer your own love to yourself and you treat yourself, you would want other people to treat you. You are able to then get the kind of love that you are willing to offer. So I almost feel like I need to show you this again. Good morning, Voodoo. Welcome. So basically, this is like saying true love comes to you when you love yourself through that heartbreak. And, I kind of want to also reference Albert Camus' quote that I used the other day. It's one of my favorites. I might actually get it tattooed. It was in the midst of winter that I found there was within me an invincible summer. This is saying someone else might have hurt you, someone else might not have seen the beauty or the brilliance within you, but that doesn't mean you should, you know, have the same problem, right? Love on yourself. And when you treat yourself the way you want other people to treat you, you get this incredible offer coming in. All right, so I'm going to pull from the Romance Angel Oracle for you as well, and then we'll move on to Gemini. So watch out for some deception here. Someone is wearing a false mask. And to be honest, the fact that this says self mask, false self mask, such an interesting way for them to describe it. I feel like this is basically you're lying to yourself here, Aquarius, if you're still hung up on something. There is an element here of You need to be honest with yourself about what you deserve and that you deserve better than what had broken your heart. Once you are honest with yourself about that and you remind yourself just how awesome you are, you bring in or draw in the relationship of a lifetime. There's a strong magnetic connection here, it says. All right. So let me get a little bit organized here, you guys. And then we'll move on to Gemini. All right, Gemini, we're going to use the Marigold Tarot for you. Hi there, Mountain Girl. Gemini, we have the Three of Rings and Three of Swords. In this deck, the Three of Rings is like the Three of Pentacles. So that's often about collaboration. So number one, you could be seeing a lot of threes right now. That would be confirmation for you in terms of this message. But I also see that you are basically walking into heartbreak or toxicity by keeping people in your social circle or on the roster that you shouldn't be keeping. So if there's somebody that you let in after they repeatedly have betrayed you, you got to have a conversation with yourself about why you want to continue to put yourself in that situation. And I think move forward, right? We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, Six of Cups in the reverse. So you're living in the past, maybe trying to bring some sort of magic back to a relationship that is a dead horse that's been beaten. There is growth in one of you and a lack thereof in the other. And I would be willing to bet that you're the one that is actually working to be a better person or, holding the other person down, right? But you can't force somebody to follow the same path. If somebody isn't willing to grow up and be a halfway decent partner to you, then you need to decide that you deserve better and show them that you believe that. So with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, once you walk away, you are able to feel a gigantic sense of relief that I think even surprises you. By the way, you guys, I don't sugarcoat anything on this channel, so I tell you how it actually comes out. I hope you appreciate that. All right, Gemini. I knew this was going to come out. Release your ex. You can do it, Gemini. I believe in you. We have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So this is a good time to mention the power of positive thinking and manifestation. If you are consistently believing that someone will treat you a certain way, you will manifest that. And I think the easiest way to probably paint that picture is by calling out, those that are in codependent relationships that, basically breed insecurities, right? So if somebody is insecure and they're constantly worried that their partner is cheating on them and they constantly ask or badger or try to look at their phone, all of that stuff eventually leads somebody to believe, hey, you know what, you already think I am, so I might as well do it, right? We have to be thinking about and manifesting the kind of relationship we actually want instead of looking for the failures of the past. So once this person is removed from your life and you begin to envision the relationship that you actually do believe you're worthy of, which is a respectful, loving relationship, by the way, that's when it comes to you. All right, we'll move to Libra next. Libra, we're going to use the Golden Art Nouveau for you. We have the Fool, a new beginning. Ooh, and like 8,000 cards on the table. So we have The Fool, the Five of Cups, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Emperor. This is fascinating. This is, number one, you may be seeing a lot of fives, right? You could be looking at the clock when it's 555 all the time. But we have somebody here who is spending a little bit too much time thinking about the past, thinking about what opportunities they may have missed or how they should have, would have, could have, right? But at the end of the day, there is courage and empowerment coming out with the Emperor card here. This is suggesting that you got to be willing to put people out in the cold when they deserve it, but also willing to forgive when it is the right thing to do. So this feels to me like moving on after feeling like you messed up a situation or feeling like you tried as hard as you could and couldn't make a situation work. Somebody may be coming back around that you realize you no longer are interested in. So you may have for a very long time wanted them to come back and come correct. But now, even if they were to come correct, you might be like a little bit hesitant, right? Like, I don't know, man, it's been 4 years, 4 months, whatever it is, and you haven't said a thing. So I don't really have a lot of reason to trust you. There is, for some of you, somebody who has actually done the work. But I think for the majority of you, you have a test, somebody coming back in, thank you, Mercury retrograde, to try to tempt you back into a codependent relationship. And you're being asked to use your intuition and your discernment to make sure that you're not being trapped up by another relationship that doesn't give you the respect and the love that you deserve. All right, moving on to, oops, sorry. Still have a couple of romance angel cards for you. But Pisces would be up next. This is still Libra. We have past life relationship. You have known each other before. And separation. So it could be really difficult for you to walk away from this person because it quite literally feels like you've always had them in your life or you've known them forever. They're part of your soul, but you may not realize just how much you need to have a little bit of time away from this person. For some of you, you may need to hear that this person is a bit of an energy vampire. This person makes it hard for you to believe that you could survive without this person because in reality, they don't know how to survive without you. So that is codependency, right? Everything that we know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs that I talked about at the beginning of the video suggests that really what we have to work towards is basically self-sustainability, right? Self-sufficiency. What can we do to make sure we are not dependent and not burdened or held back by anything? I want to find the devil card for you guys because if you know what I'm talking about, the devil card has people that are bound at his feet, right? And the whole idea behind our journey is how do we free ourselves from the things that hold us back? And if anything makes you feel stuck or trapped and you know it's not making you a better person, then you should know your goal is to free yourself from that situation, right? All right, moving on to Pisces. This is the start of the water signs, by the way. We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse. Yeah, you have something similar going on here, I think, as Libra. You might even be dealing with a Libra. But we have somebody, I think, coming back in, and you're going to be able to spot them as not having done the work or not having, balanced shit out in their life. So even though they want to rush back in and tell you that, like, even with these two cards, it's like they want to pretend that something is the complete opposite, like night versus day. The fact that obviously with the Black Tarot, it's a little bit darker anyways, but we have such a dark background over here and then the other one's pretty light. I think somebody's going to try to tell you that, you need volcano insurance and you're like, nah, I'm good. Just be discerning, right? There's something here coming in that is meant to kind of tempt you off your path. And I think you're a little bit too smart for that, aren't you, Pisces? We have the Four of Wands, indicating you are leveling up. You have done the work. And this test of emotional manipulation, or somebody who has a bad kind of love, is maybe one of the last steps for you here. But I'm hearing Patsy Cline's Your Kind of Love. I don't expect a lot of you to know that song, but I love Patsy Cline. We've got somebody here who wants to tempt you with an immature love, something that is beneath you. And I think you already know, you may even know this is coming your way, or you may have already rejected it. But I feel like for the majority of you, this is something that's about to happen, and you have to be, maintaining those boundaries and not letting them down for some twin flame bullshit, right? We have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. And flirt. Yeah, here's what I think, Pisces. I think even maybe a couple of days ago, I did a reading with all signs that suggested this for you. But I think you've got somebody who's been watching you and knows that there's a different suitor approaching you, or somebody else that wants to make a love offer. And they're nervous about you being single or available for this new love offer, because this could be the one. This is somebody who actually communicates honestly and respectfully, but makes you, flirt. You have that chemistry and that magnetic pull there. Thank you, Voodoo. Good call out. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, we're going to use the Bianco Nero for you. Justice. Queen of Pentacles. Emperor. Fool in the reverse. Cancer, I think we've got an issue here where somebody is trying to block you from moving on towards this like self-actualization part of your journey, right? Lady Justice is looking mighty fine, and the Queen of Pentacles is looking right at her. So I feel like you have your eyes on the prize. You have your eyes on the future. You know what you want for yourself, and you're investing in the right things. Not only that, I feel like you're starting to, I think, see some increase in your business's success, or maybe you've got word that you might get a promotion. There's something here about you doing well and doing well on your own. If this hasn't happened yet, it will very soon. But there's an emperor here, and I don't like this emperor. This makes me think of greed, jealousy. Somebody who thinks that they're better than you, and they don't want you to embark on this new life. They don't want you to feel like you can do things on your own. They want you to trip up and fall and then go running back to something from the past. So let's surprise them, shall we? I would recommend continuing to focus on yourself and not letting anybody bring you down to any kind of low vibe shit. I'll give you an example. There is someone who tries to provoke a conversation out of me when I've cut them off by calling me dumb. That's this kind of energy here. Like, okay, what if I were to tell you that whatever you think about me doesn't mean anything to me? I don't care. Why? Because I accept me for how I am, and I am free, which means none of what you think really matters to me. So I feel like there's something here about you standing up for yourself when somebody wants you to make or wants to make you feel like you're not good enough or like you can't do this on your own. I want you to just like, with all the confidence you can muster, look them right in their eyes and say, I know I can do it. I'm already doing it. Watch me. And then do some really dumb dance at the end, okay? Promise me. We have codependency and religious factors. Called it. This person wants you to feel like you have to be dependent on someone else, and I'm here to tell you you can do it all on your own. You don't need anybody. So let go of codependency. And with the religious factors, I think in particular, there's something here about finding the right way to connect with what your religious upbringing or spiritual path means to you in a way that you still own that, right? I feel like somebody may be trying to use that against you and your desire for an authentic life. For some of you, that is specifically about your sexuality and whether or not it's accepted by family members. And if you are struggling with that, I give you a gigantic hug. I believe in you. You deserve to live your life the way you want. So remember that. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, we're going to use the Ghost Tarot for you. So we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Cups in the reverse. Somebody has been focused a little bit too much on the material life or, the protect me, validate me. There's a need for ego death here. Somebody, I think, is dealing with a couple of different problems here in terms of what keeps us bound, right? Things like codependency or insecurity. I think there's a need to really think about why you want to continue to be in this particular situation. When with the Fool here, there is an opportunity for you to move forward, right? So I think there's a chance or an offer that's coming your way that you may be a little bit hesitant about because it takes you out of your comfort zone. And I think you're being encouraged to be honest with yourself about whether or not this is a beginning that you want. Because I think some of you are lying to yourselves and maybe choosing a life based off of what other people expect from you or want from you. And there's a better way to do it. Look at me telling you guys how to live your life. I'm sorry. All right. What else do we have for Scorpio, please? We have unrequited love, and it is safe for you to love. What a fun pairing. Yeah. So this again feels like you're dealing with a relationship from the past that has some grip over you, some sort of like you feel like you have to be there, that it would be like rude or people would question you on why you ended the relationship. I remember ending a really long, like college years education, education, relationship, and just like not wanting to talk to anybody about why. Like, I just, whatever, who cares? Like, that's more time than I need to spend talking about it, right? There is something here about needing to kind of have a conversation with yourself about why you feel stuck and what you can do to change that particular circumstance, because we do have another opportunity. I think you may already feel like you're falling in love with somebody, or somebody may have recently told you they feel like they're falling for you, and you're basically being encouraged to do this the right way. I think some of you are tempted to do this in a side bitch way, and I would not recommend that. That's a good way to turn a relationship karmic. All right, let's go to Aries. Aries, we're going to use the Morgan Greer for you. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Aries, you may be dealing with an earth sign. That would be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And another earth one, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You have felt stagnant and maybe unmotivated. And I think it's pertaining to a relationship that's holding you back. This could be somebody who expects you to take care of them or doesn't contribute, and you feel drained when you deal with this person. This frequency of pentacles could also mean you need to be able to focus on your own finances. You might need to separate your, checking account from somebody. Good morning, Joanna. Welcome. Oh, that's so cute. So we've got, I think, a call to action here being you need to focus on what is right for you. You need to focus on your money, or you need to focus on being grounded and not letting somebody else's weird moods impact you. Because I do feel like with this Strength card in the reverse, there's something here about feeling like you have to recover or you have to rebuild up like the batteries when you deal with this person. It doesn't feel like things come naturally to this relationship. It feels like work a lot of the time, like that this person doesn't really understand what you're saying, or they're just pretending they don't understand, and it's frustrating for you. I'm going to go ahead and say I think this person is maybe just not for you. They could purposefully be misunderstanding you so that they don't have to change. Congrats on the wrench. We've got playfulness and stay optimistic about your love life. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And then positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I got to be real. I think for the majority of you, this is a relationship that needs to end, or you need to, kind of emotionally move on from somebody that you haven't been with for a little while and let go of, the coulda, woulda, shouldas and focus on how fun it would be to build something new, right? With keeping in mind what you've learned, right? All right, let's continue with Leo. Leo, we're going to use the noisy cards, Lynn's favorite. Leo, please. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Cups, Two of Cups coming out sideways, and Two of Pentacles. I did see that Seven of Swords, though. I'm not going to forget that because that was in the upright. All right, so Leo, we've got a situation here where you may be pulled in two different directions. I think you may have found yourself in a difficult relationship that made you feel like you'd lost so much you just wanted to be a little bit selfish or focus on yourself. And I want to clarify that when I say selfish, I don't always mean it in a negative way. I do believe that there are some merits to taking care of yourself first. But I do think this is a situation where you were maybe just a little bit fed up with having to think of other people all of the time, and you needed to focus on yourself. And with this Two of Cups sideways and Two of Pentacles, I feel like you have maybe somebody from your past and somebody that is brand new, and you don't know which way to go. Maybe one day you feel like one is better than the other, and the next you feel the other way. But we had the Seven of Swords, so I feel like that's, for many of you, a warning against the person from the past, because if this person has already caused you to lose something or have some sort of stagnation or heartbreak because they lied to you, then that is spirit saying they're still in that energy. However, if you feel like you were the one that was a little bit shady with this person from the past, then you got to ask yourself if there's still some lingering problems there or if you can recover what you had. So let's see what we get from the romance angels for you. Keep an open mind and children. So there could be some sort of impact to your love life here from children. This could be, baby mommy, baby daddy, all that fun stuff. Or this could be whether or not somebody wants to have children, whether or not somebody can move because they have children in a school system already, that kind of thing. But we also have keep an open mind. So your soulmate may differ from what you're used to. I think you may have to ask yourself if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and try something different after having had the same experience with the same type all the entirety of your love career, right? So you may have to kind of challenge yourself a little bit. All right, moving on to Sagittarius, we're going to use the Beginner's Tarot. And thank you, Voodoo. Don't feel bad if you have to leave. See ya. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Nine of Swords, as well as the Six of Wands. You may be seeing a lot of sixes right now. Oh, I love this, Sagittarius. This is good. So I feel like you have been dealing with a kind of complicated situation. I think the word that really sticks out to me here is stalemate. And then we have it followed up with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, which has patience, unselfishness, timidity, control, decisions made, and finding help. So I feel like there was something that was really kind of unpredictable. You didn't know if it was going to shake out the way that you wanted it to. And now we're seeing things kind of calm down. Maybe you've had a really important conversation that helped you clear the air or better understand how the other person felt, and vice versa. Because now we have some really beautiful energy coming out with the Six of Wands and the Strength card. We've got somebody here who has been able to communicate with confidence how they actually feel or what their intentions are. And I feel like confidence is in particular very important here for your Sagittarius. Make sure you maintain that confidence. It's serving you well. It's giving you resilience and courage to move towards what you ultimately really want in your life. Remember to keep that positive thinking going, okay? All right, let's get a couple of romance angel cards for Sagittarius, and then we'll move on to the earth signs. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Oh, I like that. So you maybe have had quite the climb, but you are, I think, kind of at the finish line here because you've got calling in your soulmate paired with worth waiting for. So yes, it has been a long trek. It has been, not easy for you to overcome, I think, several obstacles here, but you are getting close to achieving what you want or getting the kind of love life that you've always dreamed of. I love that. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. We use the Tattoo Tarot. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Swords, This looks like a bit of an like anxiety over how you can get a new start here, or how you can maybe have another chance. We have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It looks to me like you felt like you had everything you wanted and then lost it. I'm sorry if that resonates for you. We have the King of Cups in the reverse. So it looks like the advice here for you, Capricorn, is there is another opportunity coming around for you, but you've got to address whatever this anxiety is and make sure that that isn't something that interrupts the positive thinking that you need to have. I feel like what happened in the past is something that could make it difficult for you to communicate how you feel. But I love that I just did that, because then I knocked it out and now it's in the upright. So Capricorn, I feel like you may get a little bit of a warning early on in a new love encounter that reminds you to approach it with a certain kind of intent or mind frame, right? Like you got to stay positive and not keep being drawn back into what's happened in the past and worrying about whether or not that's going to repeat. And when you find a way to navigate that with a clear mind and you communicate how you feel and what you want, I think you get it. Let's see what we pull from the Romance Angel Oracle for you. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I feel like this is the last piece of the puzzle for you here, Capricorn, and that doesn't mean you don't have more healing to do in the future. But I think you get in a very healthy relationship when you prioritize how you feel about yourself and that confidence and just like appreciation for who you really are. You want to keep in mind that idea of accepting yourself equaling freedom, right? All right, now we're going to move to Taurus. We'll use the gold foil tarot. Can you guys tell I have a cat hair on my nose? I keep trying to scratch it. I can't find it. All right, what do we have for Taurus? Taurus, we have the Two of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. I like that that adds to 10, but it's not the same suit, so we're not going to get too excited. I think you're trying something new. I think you're investing in a different way of living, and you're finding that it's helping you stay a little bit more emotionally content because you don't have like instability making it easy for difficulties to affect your mood. With the Five of Swords in the reverse, I feel like you're doing what you need to provide a strong foundation for yourself instead of self-sabotaging. So high five to you there. Self-sabotage is a pretty difficult thing to overcome. With the Page of Swords in the upright, I do feel like there's something here about you getting a little bit of fame or notoriety for something that you are investing in. So if you've started a new hobby, if you started a new job, if there's something here, I know what you mean, Joanna. If there's something here that is really a strong passion for you that is helping you build confidence, throw everything you got at it. And I'm not telling you to not invest in like a relationship or anything else, but this is the key to your happiness. So continue to invest in that and make sure you focus on that positive thinking as well, okay? Let's see. What else for Taurus, please? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I knew this card would come out for you, Taurus. You are laying the groundwork for a much healthier relationship than you've ever experienced before, because you are working on elements of your life that help you to build confidence in yourself. and a desire to find something that is, meaningful, right? All right, let's move to the very patient Virgo, my last ones. You know what? We didn't use the Egyptian tarot, did we? So, Virgo, we'll use the Egyptian tarot for you. We have the Knight of Swords, High Priestess in the reverse. Oh no. At least I didn't use that today. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse and Judgment. So Virgo, I think you are doing the unexpected right now. I think you are taking action, informed action. This is something you know is the right move for you, but I think you're moving in silence. You don't feel like everyone needs to know your business right now. Some of you may, move away from social media or just be like a little bit quieter than normal. And with the Three of Pentacles, it's because there's somebody in your close inner circle, possibly a relationship, and you've called it. This could be like a best friend or boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe even a spouse, but there's something here about this person having done something or said something, and it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's very Egyptian of me, isn't it? So there is a beginning here coming out of, you making a decision to end something, basically. And I feel like this is where you start to feel some of this, I'm doing what makes me feel happy or what makes me feel like I accept myself for who I am. So I think this is a very positive ending that opens the door for something more your pace or something that makes you happy. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. It may feel like you're losing and not gaining right now, but you have to clear the closet before you can toss in all of those brilliant new clothes you bought, right? Not always, but it's the right thing to do. It's the Marie Kondo way. What is this? Honeymoon? You may have a love interest that wants to move things pretty quickly. So be careful. You want to make sure you have time for yourself. You want to make sure that you've got that healing processed and, you've done something to transmute that pain into beauty. But if that's, the right way to go, then you can have this lover's card in mind, right? All right, you guys, thank you for joining me today in kind of an oddball reading. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next reading in maybe like an hour or so. Bye.